here is another one. Right, I can't remember if I got dies for it. Nope. Okay. This one here is Pink Fresh Studio, and it is Skating Bunnies. Now, I could not, sometimes I like to just Google them and see imagery and just check that I have enough ideas before I buy a stamp set. And so I tried this one with this thingy, thinking, oh, you know, want to make sure I get bang for my buck and I'm not just thinking of one card and buy it. And I couldn't find anything on Google. Like, there's a couple images, and then and so it was more of a, which is good in a way because it makes me use my imagination. And I totally found that I just decided that this is definitely something I would use, because just the imagery is something I can totally have these guys. I know they're kind of, they're not cute, I suppose. They're still fun, but they're not whimsical and cute. They're more, I don't know, a little bit edgy, I guess. I like that they've all got the skates on, so I totally can have them just, like, I can make the scene and try to make us, like a, you know, with these things that they're spinning around and create movement on a, you know, ice, sheet of ice or lake or whatever. But I kind of want to use this more as a, I don't even know what they're called, but I guess more of a graphic card where you just have, how do I describe it? Just like you put in like a bold colored stamp behind and stamp this one over top, and it's very non-scenes, clean and simple. And I like that this font here is quite, like, it's got the filled in letters, so I can easily stamp that and they'll be quite dark on a card and be in front. We've got the trees, you got the I like the little mittens and a few different options for snowflakes. There's like a graphic type tree and a set of skates on their own. And then the other sentiment says, may your Christmas season bring you special moments and happy joys. But basically, really just liked these bunnies. So I can stamp a sentiment and have this bunny at the end. It's really cute, simply colored or on craft cardstock. I think this will look really good. And then these can be heat embossed in white on the craft cardstock. And you can have the bunny, you know, if you stamped him in red, say, so he has looks like he's having a red jumper, or, you know, all those sorts of fun colors, rather than, you know, trying to do cute and colorful critters and scenes and stuff. I just thought this would be this more fun, and I can do more of an artsy graphic look. I think that's the word I was looking for the whole time, artsy look, with this stamp set. So that's why I got it. I did not get the dies for it. You can see one. See, they've got here something a little bit more artsy. They've stamped them in different colors and just the trees and stuff to fill the card, sort of thing. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. And then this one, I am definitely a new fan of Hello Bluebird. Every time they do a release, I'm like, this is like my, you know, equivalent to Lawn Fawn here, I think, that I've just found in this new company. I've so far just got this one here, and it's called Moose and Friends, and I did get the coordinating dies, and I loved it from day dot. Like, this moose is just, I love that he's looking down and he's, you know, can be interacting with all these smaller critters. I think that's great. You can totally put the little party hat on his head. You've got, and I love this beaver. This beaver is awesome. You've got an owl, well, two owls because one's holding a balloon, and you've got a skunk. This could be a squirrel, or colored the different way, another skunk, and then a bunny. You got another party hat, the stump, and then some cakes and cupcakes. And really what's cool is this hooray and happy set up like as a balloon, so you can totally do a full critter scene and have this at the top. You've got some spare balloon strings that you can have coming down from it, and I don't know, this is just full-on scene. That's what I see, like just happy scene. And even if you did like one of those super long cards, I think that would be great for this one because you have so many critters and options. It'll be so fun. And the dies were like, considering how many dies are on the sheet, I was really impressed that this was only 15 bucks, which is like, I think it was even cheaper than the actual stamp set, which I just thought normally dies are so expensive. And from what I've seen, just looking at their, you know, other options and stuff, their dies are all reasonably priced. So, you know, it's not like this was 18 bucks and this is 30 bucks or $28 or $24. No, it was 15 bucks. And I'm just like, wow, that is great value. And I would definitely buy the dies if that value is, I mean, if it's not too expensive. Like waffle flour, I know a lot of the times I opt not to get the dies because they're so expensive. So I just think, well, I'm fussy cutting that one, but this one here, it just makes buying the dies easy to justify, I guess. And they're all here. Like, this is so many images. It even does the hooray and happy and the balloons that's cut out, does all the critters, the little star there, and there's the little heart, like everything. So I am just really happy with this whole thing. You do have like birthday written, so you can have happy and then birthday and let's celebrate, it's your day, you did it for you. So I think it's just fun. And as much as you can do a full scene, I can totally do a clean, simple card with this too, and just have one of these little critters holding the balloon to this, you know, and it's happy birthday. So lots of fun. Very impressed with this company. Totally will be collecting. Well, not, I say collecting. Maybe I do collect. But anyway, I do use my collection too. So, but I definitely will be getting more of their stamp sets because they are so cool. This is the next one. This one is Magical Unicorn by Pink Fresh Studio. And there's not a lot of like imagery on it, and yet you can make so much with this stamp set and this die. And the die was like $5, so you wouldn't not get it, considering it comes with the ear. And then like a little leaf shape as well. So it just complements this so much. And it's just, yeah. I've, like, you can totally turn, because right here, it's sort of, you know, unicorn is what you instantly think, because, you know, you've got all the, it's in the image magical unicorn, but you can totally do a narwhal with it, just by shaping the face differently. You can totally be a narwhal. You can, I've seen this just not used with the horns and just used with lots of things and the ears in orange and made into a fox. So anything like that you could totally do with the stamp set. So I was just blown away by the full set, like just how you can make a face with just these sets. You got the eyelashes, you got the horn, you got the innards of the flower, which fit in these, so you can sort of do that. And then you've got the little leaf innard as well, and then you, like I said, you've already got the ear die separately, and then some little stars. And then the rest is all sentiment, so I believe in you, you are one of a kind, it's the heart of gold and stardust soul that makes you unique. And then you got, may all your dreams come true, have a unicorn, be a unicorn, a field of horses, have a magical birthday, you make life sparkle, join us for a magical celebration. So lots of happy, fun sentiments to go with it, but I'm so excited just to make all these. I want to see how many critters I can make with this. Like, that will be fun just to experiment and see if they work. Yeah, I reckon you could do a bunny. You just need to work out or just cut up bunny ears. So yeah, had to get that one. Next up on my list is an Avery L1. I did not get the dies. Really, I wanted the stamp set. It is awesome for a backdrop. It's just solid. You just ink it up with the color. It leaves little stars behind. It's not Christmassy. It can be nighttime scene for everything. And I just loved that it was bold, graphic, put in the middle of the thing, put a critter in front and a sentiment, and you're done. And it looks great. Or you can, you know, you can still add the trees and the mountains and do a scene and all that sort of stuff. But I really wanted it just for this background. So I have a focal point in the center of my card, and I can easily put a sentiment across and a critter, or yeah, it's basically an awesome focal point. I love that it's not perfectly circle. That was something I really, really liked about it. And it's called Starry Scene. I don't think I mentioned that. So yeah, Starry Scene. And then I grabbed this from W+9. It is a die, and it says Fabulous. And I just thought it was really fun to do a cutout in the front of the card. And it was just a fun word, and I don't know, because it's all together, it just looks really good. Putting a black color behind it, and if you have all those pretty flowers or paper pad, like a pretty paper pad that you cut it out, or, you know, that sort of thing. It just looked really nice for a die, and it's called Fabulous Die. So I grabbed that one. And what else? Okay, so this one is My Favorite Things. This is the one that wasn't in stock when I did my Black Friday order from My Favorite Things, and it is Sweet Holiday Penguins, and it's Stacy Akula imagery or illustrations, and I, as always, love them. I just love her penguins, and had to get it. So I, you know, in the My Favorite Things, I got the die, coordinating die, so I just needed the stamp set, so I grabbed it from Simon Says Stamp because it was in stock. And it's got these 5 penguins. I love the cute little one that's coming out of the box. This one's just so playful. That one's holding a candy cane, balancing presents, and holding a wreath. They're just so sweet and so much fun. I just can totally have one in front of a snowy scene with a nice sky, or you can, you know, put like a lamp post or something behind it, or just have the clean and simple card. This is totally something you could use with this one, and just have the little penguin sitting in front, and then, you know, heat emboss your sentiment across there. I just, yeah, loved the style, like just the expressions are so pretty. It does come with some stars and a little present and a few sentiments. You're the best gift I ever received. Happy, merry, joyful Christmas. You burr me joy, or bring joy. Sweet holiday wishes and sending holiday cheer. So really nice holiday sentiments too. So happy with that one. And then I grabbed Tim Holtz stencil. This is a layering stencil. This one is Snowcap, and it's basically, like it says, to do snowbanks, like sitting on windowsills and stuff like that. So there's lots of different sizes. I don't know if I'll get a chance to use the biggest one that much, but it'll easily fit across a card. Let's check. Standard size card. Yeah, it's 5 3/4 of an inch. So that'll fit across a landscape card easily. And that one is 4 inches. This one is, seeing as a measuring, 2 and what would that be? 6, not 5/8. And then there's 2 inches here. So I just thought it'd be fun to get this one, just to make that, you know, snowbank like on a windowsill sort of thing, because I've got a few window dies and things like that that I can sort of just put some textured paste on and make some lovely snow drifts, banks, ledges. Here is another replacement. I don't know if I've bought these before or if I have any, but I couldn't find any and I need some more. So these are the standard blades from Fiskars. It's just a replacement for this thing, which is dull. So I had to get these to replace it. And there's 5 in a pack. Next up is this one. So this is Fiskars, and it is the large stamp press. Now I have the mini one. I do need a new mini one because mine has a crack through it. But I opted to get this one first because, for a specific reason, being like the one thing I didn't like about my little one was that these little feet always seemed to be getting because it wasn't big enough. So doing repetitive stamping was really hard because these feet were always getting in the way or touching the card, and especially if I had embossing powder on there and I was trying not to heat emboss it till the end. And anyway, Teresa Caballard, I think that's how you say her last name, she did a set of series recently where she was using this to do repeat stamping across the page because of the grids. And now I've tried it with my Misty and I didn't really enjoy using my Misty to do that. Having to move the paper all the time and all that sort of stuff this would be such a much better option, which is why I bought it. It was so I can have an image in the middle and then you sort of move this. I love that the feet are on it, which means that it's not like I can position it, I can sort of wiggle it down into the correct spot and then you stamp. And I do like The reason it took me so long to get a Misty was because I did like my compact stamp press so much. So yeah, I bought this one basically to do repeat stamping across the card front, and because of its big size, the feet won't get in my way. Woohoo! And I like that there's a grid here, so you can easily line up the grid with the edges of your card, so you can do things straight without drawing grid lines to make sure things are perfect. You can just use this that's built in. And because it hovers over and there's wiggle room when you're pressing it, it's not like you have to have it lined up perfectly in the Misty and then close the door and then line it up perfectly. I don't have to move the paper or the stamp. I just move this, press, move this, press. So that's what this is for, and that's what I got it for. And last but not least is some more magnet paper or magnet sheets. This is ones that you can print on. I might actually do that. I don't know. I buy it because it's the cheapest option I have available for my dies, just organization wise. But this white thing, you can run it through a printer and print on it. And if I ever get organized, I'd love to make my own custom magnets for my son. Like, you know, stamp with archival ink, like a person image or something like that. And then you have like, I think there's a few stamp sets where you have like the person and then there's the clothes that you can put on them. I'm sure I've seen them somewhere. Anyway, something like that. Or a whole bunch of critters and then cut them out and he can make his own scene on the fridge. I just think that would be really fun. Like I don't know if you might be even able to die cut these, but I just thought it would be fun to, does anyone know if Copics are like, I'll have to test. I'd have to test what I would color it with. But I think it would be fun to make some stuff for my son to play with on the fridge and just line them up in, you know, make little scenes and stuff like that. Because it's magnets, you can move around. So I think I might save one of these sheets and attempt coloring on it and testing out what works. I'm sure a Sharpie would work, but I'd like to see if the Copics work as well. Anyway, that is my haul, and thank you all for watching, and till next time, thank you, bye.